You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies.
This is AFTERBUZZ TV Suits After Show.
We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show.
It's AFTERBUZZ TV Suits After
Not
Show.
like this. That's what I'm mad.
Hello, everyone. There's my music. Get my shoulders going. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV Suits After Show. It is season 4, episode 3. What was the title? Two in the Knees. That was it. I am your host, Tiona Hobson, and joining me
Two in the Knees?
Two in the Knees.
Stop it. It's too early. We just started.
Joining me tonight, I have my two lovely co-hosts, Miss Ashida Onrae.
Hello, everyone.
And Stacy Ike.
What's up, you guys?
So overall thoughts on last night's episode?
I love this episode.
We were just saying it's very,
I really love this episode.
really serious, really, everyone was ready to fight. I liked it. Really good.
I thought they did a good job with continuing this fight with Logan without it feeling like it's dragging on.
Yes.
Right.
Because that was my biggest fear is that, they have a tendency to harp on things for, like a whole season.
Like one case would be,
one case, and usually it's like, okay, by this point, I mean, it's only 3 episodes in, but by this point, I feel like if they were still on any other case, I'd be kind of over it.
Right.
But I'm still really invested because we're still learning new things every day about Logan, about Mike, and
Rachel,
and just that
Character
triangle.
development.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
It's getting real. But before we get into all the Logan drama, I want to talk about Lewis and Jeff Malone
That's
and
hilarious.
Jessica
That was great.
Pearson because I feel so bad for Lewis because this is the first time he's doing the right thing. He's burying the hatchet with Jeff. He's trying to do what Jessica told him to do. Stop making enemies at this firm. Make friends here. And Lewis is letting his guard down. He's like, yeah, Jeff and I are buddies. We're friends. We're cool.
Yeah.
And Jeff is just using Lewis and manipulating him to get closer to Jessica.
Right.
It was kind of an annoying plan to me because I was like, Jeff, would you just lay off? It was just, you know what I mean? The massaging and the overdoing it. And I was like, Jeff, I'm kind of over you because obviously we know what you're doing. And Lewis, every time. Gosh.
Yeah, I'm looking for Lewis to have a win.
Just one.
Yes.
You know?
He did have a win last season.
But then the
towards
win
end.
left.
Yeah.
Like she bowed out.
Right.
So.
But I am looking for him to have another win again. But I do like how he stood up for himself.
Yes.
When he
I
yelled at
agree.
him. I was
Wow.
like, yes.
That was intense.
Yeah, I liked
what
it.
am I missing?
Right.
You better tell him. I was like, oh my God. That was good. That was very good.
Because he didn't have a comeback for it. So I really liked how he stood up, believed in himself, and he said that he showed his vulnerability, and he was like, that would never happen again. So he even spoke the truth about how he felt and what he did wrong, and share with him how I would never do that again. So
What made me sad about that is because you know how Lewis's character is. He goes up and down, and knowing that he's going to be hard again I just don't know how this is going to work for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to come back and bite him because something always does.
Do you think that Jeff has now made a new enemy in Lewis and it's going to be kind of like Lewis and Harvey's relationship type of thing where Lewis is going to be gunning for Jeff, or is he still going to keep it professional and just be like, all right, we're not friends, like you do you, I'm going to be over here doing me?
I think that Lewis will keep it professional.
I agree because I think it'd be overdoing it to make him a full enemy. It's not necessary. You're mad, we get it. Move on. Ignore him if you need to, but don't fight him on it.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we will.
But I mean, besides Lewis, so Jeff is doing all this buttering up Lewis basically, and making Lewis think that he was gay.
Right.
Which I loved.
That was funny.
That. I mean, Lewis did offer him tickets to the ballet, and Jeff was like, I got Nick's tickets tonight. So, there are little things like that were fun throughout the episode. But, you know, Jeff is doing all of this so that he can get closer to Jessica. Jessica has already said no.
Yeah.
At what point do you just say no means no, back away?
When I say you're fired.
Oh, well, there it
I'm
is.
just thinking, fire him. Like, it's getting, he really overdid it when he was in the office. You know what I mean? Jessica is standing firm, and last week we did say that I would love for her to give in, but ooh, after this episode, I don't know. She was so strong, and I get she's the only powerful woman in the city. Yeah, you need to leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you know, she's a black woman.
yeah.
And it's just like there's too much on the line there.
Well, can I say something?
Well, Ashida, of course, wants to say something.
Well, I think my personal opinion is that, you know, when something's good, it's good, right?
Okay.
Second, men are attracted to power. So he is very, very attracted to Jessica
fact that,
and
yeah.
what she has accomplished, because it's almost like she matches him.
Yes.
But in a different capacity in the legal field that they work in. And again, you know, we all know men love a chase. So the more that
Yes.
she pulls back, the more that he's running to her.
This
so
is true.
Men love a chase. Men love to be able to conquer something and to know, like, okay, you know, you want to play this game? I am ready to play this game.
But he
with
put
you.
like his tennis shoes on. He put Nikes on to start chasing her. Like he needs to put back the tap shoes or whatever he wears. Put those back on. Just walk behind her. He's like literally running after her in the office.
Well, you know, a man's ego. He has a very
I'm
big
over it.
ego.
I feel like he's just doing, for me personally, he's just doing too much where it's starting to be a turn off. You know, at first those sly little flirty things, that's fun and playful. But then when you start, you know, involving Lewis, like, yeah, Jessica, like, yeah, why don't you get Jessica back in here, and really harping on, you know, Jessica.
Well, you know,
like,
they were both
just,
playing each other.
yeah, they were both
were.
playing each
They
other.
were.
So he was playing off of Jessica. Jessica's playing off of him, and then Lewis is in the
It's
middle.
in the middle.
Right.
But it just got to the point where I felt like it was too much almost, and I'm just like, you know what? Why don't you kind of just relax for a minute? And I
Let
think
her come
that's
to you.
Let her come to you for a little while.
Just like last episode, right?
Yeah. Because once you stop.
Let the girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. Let her come to you.
But that was like almost an epic fail last episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, for that particular situation.
But
with,
this is
with
different.
this one,
You're
yes.
right.
Let the cute girl call you.
No, this is true because I think Jessica, if she's ready to let her guard down, she will. I mean,
Right.
she knows what she wants, and right now she doesn't want you, Jeff, which makes me
And all his
so fine.
sexiness.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so
I mean,
fine. Ooh.
I don't think that she doesn't want him, is that she's trying to make the smart business move
Yes.
Yeah.
and stay away from him, because she knows that that's just a rabbit hole of trouble to go down, because, you know, like she said, people would find out that she hired him, she's sleeping with him, and even if that had nothing to do with it, people still like to jump to their own
Yes.
conclusions. You know, they're
Yes.
lawyers, and everyone says that it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But everyone, this day and age, you're guilty until
you're
proven innocent.
guilty still.
So, or you're guilty and then you're just still
And then you're
guilty
still- I
even once
mean,
proven innocent.
Yeah.
You know. R.I.P. OJ. He's not dead, but you know, it's like that kind of society that we live in. So
Right.
it's, you know, instead of her taking that chance of people starting those rumors and stuff, why not work here for a minute? Let's not just dive into a
Right, and
relationship.
mess it up.
Let's just work here, see how it goes, and then I keep hitting my microphone with my hands because I talk with my hands too much. But
Can I also say that, did you notice how Lewis at the end, I mean, obviously he called Jeff out and he said you were trying to get in Jessica's pants. So let's just think of Lewis as a person. He would get back at them one day if he was really upset. You know what I mean? So that's one person who found out already. He's gonna tell Donna. Donna already knows, but okay, we just never know. That's already one person into Lewis. He's not the best person to know. You know what I mean?
and it's like, if Lewis figured it out, guys, I
the
mean,
associates got
yeah,
you. Like,
exactly.
You know, this is, Jessica's being smart and Jeff's annoying.
Jessica's being very
Fine,
smart.
but annoying.
Yeah. And so then, you know, but we did learn that Jeff was serious about, you know, having to pull that all-nighter, and he tells the story about how, you know, he relied on some associates to go over evidence for him, and they missed, you know, the big golden nugget for that, and the guy ended up walking away, and then, you know, his next victim he, you know, beat to death or something along those lines.
Right.
You know, so it's like he is a hard worker.
Yeah.
He is there to get the job done, and he's gonna handle his stuff. And I think he proved to Jessica when they did pull that all-nighter together, you know, Jessica was like, okay, you're right, you know, a first-year associate wouldn't have picked up on this conversation that I picked up on.
Right.
So I think Jessica is seeing that, like, he is serious about his job. It's not all games of trying to get to her, but she needs to see more of that as opposed to more of him chasing her.
Very true.
Before she'll really take him serious.
Yes, but you know, things change. Nothing ever stays the same.
This is
you
true.
start
This is
slacking off. You start
Yeah.
coming to my office more often. If you see another gentleman in my office, you get jealous.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What are you doing? Why are you working late? Blah,
Wow,
blah, blah.
yeah.
So I think that she's playing it safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she definitely is. Woodall does end up ending the episode with, or not Woodall, Malone ends up ending off the episode, warning Jessica, like, Woodall's coming in the morning. He's 7 clients, 7 subpoenas. So not only are Harvey and Mike going to be at war, but, the firm's going to be at war with the SEC now.
Like,
Yes.
they're always at war.
Yeah,
That's
now
a
we
problem
got,
for me.
We got 2 separate wars
Yeah.
going on, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So that will be fun to see. I'm just deleting my notes so I know where we are.
So organized. I love it.
I'm trying to be.
I love
trying
it.
to be more organized in my life. So now on to this war with Logan. So we have Rachel working all night, showing up in the morning, tired, exhausted. Mike kind of, oh, let me see what information I can get out of you. And I thought it was very interesting that he started asking her about Logan, if she loved him, who broke it off. And she says she did, and I wrote, like,
I was like, that's coming up in how many minutes? It's coming back.
yeah,
of
it's
course.
going to come back to get your girl. So Logan still wants Harvey to prove himself loyal to him, basically. He's still not convinced that Harvey is willing to go the extra mile for Logan against Mike. So Logan wants him to, hit Mike under the belt.
Yeah.
He wants to do something a little unethical. And he wants to hire a private investigator to look into Mike, to dig up some dirt, to, get him out of the way. And Harvey's like, I got this handled, don't worry. He tries to threaten that banker in the cafe and to cut off Gillis's line of credit. But Mike knows, like we said last week, Mike knows Harvey's moves.
Right.
Harvey knows Mike's moves.
Right.
So basically, unless one of them does do something more unethical than they've already been in the past, then there's not going to be a winner ever, because they're just going to keep going blow for blow.
And their clients are so different that it's like 4 fights in one. You know what I mean? It's a lot going on. Yeah.
It's a lot. And so after that doesn't work, now Logan really mad, and Harvey then has the hard choice where he has to go to Walter Gillis, and he tells him about Mike's drug dealing past. Now, we still don't know exactly what happened with Gillis's son and his
Right.
death, but now we know that it had something to do with drugs.
Right.
Because
Maybe even an overdose or something.
maybe it was an overdose. I don't know what he was taking. Maybe he was a drug dealer too, or
I feel like he either maybe somebody
deal
gotten in
gone
trouble with
bad.
him. Yeah, because it's like, why would he be upset with another drug dealer if his son was a drug dealer? He should be more compassionate. Like, look, like, why did you ever go through that? We should work. I don't know. Gillis's response was really harsh, but I get it. I mean, I still would like to know what actually happened with his son, though.
yeah,
So,
because right now we're still asking the questions about what it was, exactly that killed his son. Because I was thinking the whole time too, like you said, Mike's not that person anymore.
Exactly.
So it's like we all do dumb things when we're young, and
like, yeah.
he was young
college,
and
yeah.
and dumb, and that was all he had. But Mike could have spun the story of, like, yeah, that was my past. I was young, I was an idiot, and then I went to law school, and now I'm a better person, even though he didn't really
Yeah,
go to
I'm like,
law
don't
school.
tell him that. Right? Don't lie.
But it's like, I changed over, and I mean, think about it. I know so many people who were screw-ups as kids and are now like police officers, and you're like, really? That guy turned out, or how your friends are like
That is
teachers now, and you're
so
like,
real.
you are educating the youth of America.
Right.
We all need to go to private school.
Exactly. It's like if everything I ever did in my life was held against me,
it'd be a problem.
we all have our faults, and I'm
Right.
sure Gillis has his faults too. So I agree. I just thought it was a little harsh, but then we don't know the full story with his
Exactly.
son.
Exactly.
So maybe once we learn that, it won't be. Maybe the reaction will be
A
more
little different.
a little different, or
Probably overdosed.
I know, which makes me really sad because, of course, it's still, you know, emotional and whatnot.
Because he was a little too upset about it.
He was.
So if it had happened back in college, he was a little too upset about it.
yeah.
And can I
And
just
didn't
say,
let him explain.
yeah, at all. He
Yeah.
said, get out of my office and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
and
you don't
it was
have
really
time to
harsh
explain.
and it made me sad because I'm thinking Mike really is the only person in your corner. I need you to understand that.
Right.
Now.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
That was very true. I'm thinking everyone around you wants to turn us down. Let's use Mike for
I
what-
think he'll soon realize that Mike is in his corner.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
just
he
too
has to
hurt
come
right
back.
now.
Right.
He'll be back.
He'll be back, right?
Family Ties gotta be back.
Okay, speaking of that, are Mike and Harvey ever going to be the same? Because I'm over it. I'm over them fighting. I did not like how Harvey handled that situation. I think Rachel said you had no choice and you were trying to save Mike. I hated it.
Well, here's what Harvey says. It was something along the lines of, I shot you twice in the knees so that he wouldn't shoot you in the face.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. You know, Harvey went there with something that was very minor. He knew it was going to upset Gillis, but it's still not. We don't know what Logan's PI would go and find.
Right.
We haven't had an
Right.
outsider actually dig into Mike's past to see if the whole law school thing would ever come out. You know,
Which is what he was protecting.
yeah, which is what he
Yeah.
was protecting. He's like, look, I'm saving the rest of your life for, you know, this. So it's like you kind of have to sacrifice this to.
But the way he told Mike what he was doing, you're nothing, and I'm saving you. The way he made
I
it sound like he
made
was he was the savior. No, you're supposed to be my compassionate friend or something. You know what I mean? I just feel like he could have been a lot more sincere and down to earth about it. Hey, this is what I did, and I want to protect you. I mean, this is Harvey,
But
so yeah,
Mike
right.
also
but-
came in there kind of high and mighty too. Mike, like for everything Harvey does, Harvey we know is a jerk. Deep down, we know that Harvey is the guy who's going to do the bad things that no one else wants to do. We know Harvey's character.
Right.
Mike is coming in here too, kind of being like all high and mighty, even from episode 1 when this whole fight started.
Very true.
He's come at Harvey, and Harvey's like, I'm trying to save you, and Mike's so fixated on the end goal, on his line of sight, that he's not looking at the difficulty Harvey's having in even doing this stuff to Mike, and how he is trying to help Mike while still helping his own client.
And actually, also, he's trying to prove himself as well. There's no
Mike,
glass,
or-
right?
yeah.
Right. There's no glass ceiling for him at this moment. Now he can go here, here, here. But when he's at the law firm, he was, you know, at a glass ceiling. He
Right.
couldn't move forward. So now that he has the flexibility to, you know, spread his wings, and he's flexing that. He's flexing his muscle. He's flexing it. Now he has the willpower. He has, you know, the go-to. Nobody is really on his case beside his boss to close a deal, but he has that power now, where before he didn't have the power. So that's where he's feeling.
He's
You know,
feeling himself.
He's feeling himself.
He is, and I think Harvey should let him do that. That's the thing. I understand that Mike came
to
in
learn the lesson?
Yeah, just or whatever. Learn the lesson, figure it out on your own. But I don't like how. I guess I don't like how Harvey's coming back. I feel like he should be like, oh, okay, you want to, you know, play the sarcastic role or something. Harvey's good at that. He can do that.
But Harvey's like, look, my dick's bigger. Let's just be real. That's basically what he's saying.
I was like, let's plop it out on the table. And
Let's
just
be
see.
100% real. Okay.
Basically what he's saying.
I feel like Donna could answer that question for us. Is that rude? I feel like she could. Is that crazy?
That's
Okay.
basically what Harvey is saying.
Yeah, I'm not
Yes.
mad at you about that. I can feel that.
And I just feel like Harvey feels like, you know, he's done so much for Mike.
True.
I
True,
understand what Harvey
true.
was saying in his rant to Mike.
Right.
I've done so much for you. I've protected you. I've created you, which he really took him from a drug dealer
Yeah.
into the man that he is.
Yeah.
And to have Mike come in and disrespect him in the way. I mean, going off and buying his dad's tapes.
That
You
was
know,
a low blow.
Like, you know that Harvey doesn't get sentimental about a lot
Yeah.
of things. Donna has told you this, and that was like off the record type of stuff. Him and Donna meeting up for coffee and stuff. That's just like two friends hanging out. But then to use that information that you gathered from there to attack Harvey personally, I thought Mike got the exact kind of reaming out that he deserved from Harvey in that moment.
Good point.
That was a good
I like
point.
it.
Dang it. That was a good
it.
point.
Like,
I wasn't, the tapes were way too far.
Yeah.
Way too far.
It hurt my heart to watch
yeah, that was a little much.
But I was still like, you know what, though? My mama would have done the same thing. So
Wow. I think the funny part for me is just seeing that even when Mike is not at the firm, it's still an issue. I think that's what bothers me. You know what I mean? There's still, oh my gosh, you had to protect your secret. You don't even work here. How are we still still protecting your secret. That's what I was like, okay, Harvey, drop him like a fiddle, because I'm over it.
Yeah,
So, okay, that was my thing.
Yeah.
Why, like, you don't work here.
So, you know, Mike being all pissed off, he then has his secretary dig into some dirt about Logan. What he finds is very interesting. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because I want to talk about him and Rachel's little scene when she tells him, because I was a little confused. So Mike is very upset because he thinks that Rachel has lied to him, because in her deposition for his divorce, she says that that Logan ended their relationship. Earlier, she told Mike that she had. And then we see that flashback scene to her showing up at his apartment where his wife is there too. And it kind of seemed to me like neither one really ended it. It just kind of dissolved. Yeah. But she says that Logan proposed to her and she said no. We never got to see that. Do you think the proposal was real?
I can believe it.
I can believe that. I can believe that. I think that they were having an affair. They fell in love, like she said. He proposed, was ready to leave his wife. She said no. And then he was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go back to my, I'm gonna go, right?
Right, I'm just gonna be with her, which is pathetic, but, you know, that's a whole nother story.
But my question to that is then, why was Rachel showing up at his apartment after she said no to getting married, still like happy, like, hey,
I don't think he had asked by then. I think, so I think with that scene, they were still in the relationship. He came, or she came, she got caught, or he got caught. He got upset, then decided to ask. She said, after that, no. You know what I mean? I feel like it was like that. Because she realized, she realized she's not everything to him. She's not going to be one.
And who would I have an affair with a paralegal?
Exactly. That line. So, you know, she can't handle those paralegal blows. Like, Rachel goes into a shell after that. So I'm a paralegal. Girl, relax. But anyway.
Girl, no.
So I think that's what happened. I think he tried to come back after and say, no, she just said that, you know, I was just talking. It's like, I don't want to be with you anymore. So
Right.
So she probably did end it because her ego was shot. So.
And I'm worth more.
Yeah.
But do you think, because when Mike says that he's going to dig into Logan, and we all know what Logan's big secret is, which I guess his wife knows about too, was the affair, but anything else that he could find on Logan, I feel like it would involve Rachel too, just to kind of make the mess even messier. Do you think Mike has the cojones to actually use whatever dirt he was able to find on Logan if it was going to hurt Rachel?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
I don't think so either.
Because they lived together and they made a promise that the work wouldn't affect the relationship. If he did that, that would totally affect the relationship.
I think he would come at her first. Just like he did this time, I think he would do it again. He would yell, he'd scream, whatever, but she'd kiss him just like she did and it'd be over. I was very over that scene, whatever.
Did you guys think Mike had a right to be mad when he thought that Rachel lied about who ended the relationship?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Based on their relationship.
They're really, they seem so sincere, very honest with each other, real playful and fun and friends, right? So for you to lie about something that I asked you blatantly, no, he should have been totally upset. And I get why he, you know, reacted, because he loves her. He's trying to be with her, and this guy's creeping back into their, you know, from her past, so he should have been upset.
But, like, we all haven't maybe told a little white lie about in a past relationship. Like, oh, yeah, he's my ex, and I totally ended things.
Right.
You know, to come out as, like,
to think at the time, I didn't think that she'd think it would come back to bite her the way that it did. It's just like, all right, yes, I was honest. I told you. I didn't have to tell you everything. But I told you enough to shut up.
Yeah.
You leave me alone about it, basically.
But if you would have lied, the shut up gets untied. And then we start talking again. And I feel like that's why I'm glad that, well, she didn't tell the whole truth or whatever, but after explaining it, I get why they were calm and collected, because that's the whole truth. We're done with this. You can go ahead and shut up again. Let's just, you know, close it. So hopefully Mike doesn't get upset again, but I could see it happening.
Oh, I could definitely see it.
Because Logan's a straight fool.
Logan is out to stir up just trouble. He is just, he has trouble written on his forehead, and I mean, it's a cute forehead and all, but like,
he did look good in that suit.
I was just. Logan also wants Harvey to have.
You're missing it.
Logan wants Harvey to have Mike sign, you know, off that he is done. He's gonna drop this whole thing, and we all know that Mike is not gonna listen to Harvey, because Harvey has gone to Mike with, you know, settlements before, and Mike has not even let Harvey say 3 words before, you know, yelling at him and being like, no, this is ridiculous, I'm not doing it. So, you know, he sends in Rachel to do the job, but Rachel takes things her own way because, you know, her and Mike end up having that conversation.
Yeah.
So she decides to go to Logan and to ask him to back off.
Yep.
Because he owes her one.
Which is true. But
He
that was
does.
a right move. That was a good chess move.
I think that was a great move. I think it's still going to bite her, though. Mike is going to be pissed. You went to the guy that I'm starting to think that you might still be into, even though I don't think he thinks, you know, she's into him, but he obviously is trying to mess with him. You know what I mean? When he said that comment, I don't want to hurt Rachel.
Yeah.
That was crazy. So I feel like Mike's going to be upset if he finds out.
He'll get over it.
You think so?
Yeah.
He should, but, you know, I don't know.
Because it has nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
basically his motivation is to hurt Mike because of Rachel.
Exactly.
So now when Rachel spoke to him, he was like, okay, you know what? I do owe you. Because
Okay.
I had you do something that was a complete lie. And you know what? I owe you for that.
That's
because
true.
you had my back on that.
Man, she had it
So-
back, front, middle.
So
But
then
he
what-
just said it to Mike to hurt Mike the
Yeah.
way that
Yeah.
he said it.
yeah.
So then what happens the next time that, you know, we're in a bind like this and Rachel's all out of favors?
I know. Ugh, she can't keep.
Because I feel like everyone uses their favors to help Mike out so often. That's like what happens when that well runs dry. And, you know, will we get to actually see what Mike is fully... Because I think Mike is a lot smarter than everyone else.
Yes.
You know,
And Harvey?
I think that yes.
And Donna?
Yes.
Donna.
Donna is pretty
Donna's
smart.
smart.
I know that Harvey and Donna are both very smart, but I think that if Mike were to fully use his full potential, I think that he is smarter than everyone else at that firm because he has the mind to look at things in different ways.
Right.
That's a good
Sometimes Harvey and Donna, you know, they're looking at things straight on. Mike is always thinking of things like he's looking under the couch and, you know, in the light bulbs. He's all over the place looking at things.
point. Right.
I completely agree with that. I just think the only thing that's over his head is his past. He didn't go to law school, so he doesn't get to be as smart as everyone. He doesn't get to use all his cards because he still has something to hide. I think that's the only reason he's where he, you know what I mean? Why so many people have to help him. Rachel's only helping him because
And to your point, which is a very good point, that's probably why he goes up under the couch. And that's why
Yeah.
he digs a little bit deeper. And it becomes more of a passionate situation.
Right.
So I think to go with your point, I think that's probably why he's a little bit more detailed.
yeah,
Yeah.
he has
his
more to
findings.
hide.
He has more to hide, so he has to make sure he's really on top of his game.
Yeah.
And I mean, he goes to Gillis and tells him, like, look, I'm the only person in your corner right now, and I just bought another 2%.
Right.
So with
That
or
was-
without you, I'm going to be saving this company. So Mike is not backing down
I like
from
it.
this fight. And I love an underdog story, you know? Like, Mike is totally the underdog right now because it's like him, and he's so, like, not tiny, but just, you know, it's like little Mike and then, like, big bad Harvey.
Actually, when they're next to each other, he does look like hella distinguished, and Mike's just there. I'm like, Mike, you're so small. But I completely agree with that, yes.
So we have, like, a David and Goliath situation going on, and I think it's amazing. And
Right.
I mean, I just don't know where it's going to go or how Mike is going to get out of this hole again, because I feel like every week he gets himself in a good position, and then something happens and it's like
Right.
another blow to like
Yeah.
knock him 5 feet down.
Yeah.
Right.
So eventually we've got to see him claw his way out again, and hopefully.
And haven't you noticed that they don't show scenes from the next episode?
Yeah, at the end of...
They stopped doing that.
oh, I saw a little
was there
bit.
some this
Did you see
episode?
that?
I didn't see any.
Yeah, but it's not on for 2 weeks.
But I never see
See, I didn't
scenes
even
from
know
next
that.
week's episode.
Oh, you know what?
Or
They-
next
Sometimes they don't. It's after like the episode that comes.
Homeland, whatever that
Yeah.
other one is.
Oh, they do it all the way then? That's
Yeah,
weird.
sometimes.
I don't have time to watch like other shows.
Right.
I'm on for Suits, people. I'm trying to watch Suits.
Can I know what's gonna happen?
I'm trying to just watch Suits and call it a night. Okay, it comes on. Let's stop. Anyway, so okay, well I have to look at what's
Yeah, you
happening
have
next
to
week.
look up to see what might be happening. The last brief thing I want to mention, because we always have to have a special little Donna section because she's just the
Fabu.
angel of the show. She's
Fabu.
just fab. She mentioned something to Lewis when Lewis was talking to her about how he thinks that Jeff Malone is, you know, gay for him or into him. and she asked him why he would think that, and he goes, I might have said that, you know, I eat nuts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my gosh.
And then she starts writing in her file. I want to know, who else does Donna have files on, and what's in these files on people?
Donna's the CIA.
Okay,
She
straight.
has, yes. She has everything.
Agreed, yes. And I think it's funny because this is the first time she's bringing up the files. So I'm thinking, we're 4 seasons in. How many notebooks has she gone through? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what? I like that they just threw that in there because I'm hoping that it carries throughout the season.
It was like it was like the slightest little thing because it was a really short scene and it was briefly, it was kind of like passed over almost. But like I caught on to it and I was like, I want to know more about those files.
Yeah. What is she
I want to know what she's keeping in there and who she's talking about and what other dumb things she's heard people say and written it down in like a quote book or something.
Right.
That'd be cool.
You know, because I think work quotes are the funniest quotes, especially out of context.
I feel like if she does have a page on Jessica, there's probably like 3 lines. Because Jessica, you know what I mean? She's so, even when Donna was trying to have girl talk, she was like, none of this is important. I was like, Jessica, be a human. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
God.
Jessica's about her business.
She is.
Yeah,
she
she's about
is.
her
You're right. I
business.
cannot hate. You are right. You are right.
Yes.
So I thought that, you know, like you guys said, this was an excellent episode. I mean, I feel like we're more than just 3 episodes in because so much has happened that it doesn't feel like that was only, you know, that it's
just third,
this short of a season. I mean, it was the 3rd episode, right? I'm not making that up. Okay. I was like, I started getting scared for a second. I was like, oh man, maybe that was episode 5.
7, yeah. Maybe we are about to end the season. Is season 5 coming up? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get into our predictions.
Yeah, we don't want to mess
And
up like we did
now,
last time.
your AFTERBUZZ TV.
Gosh.
Okay, so we are off next week for the 4th of July. So we will be back in 2 weeks with Suits. What do you guys foresee? I mean, I saw a little bit of like the action-packedness. I don't think it was any clips necessarily of the new episode. I think they cut together stuff we've seen, people yelling at each other and making faces and throwing papers and, you know, all that hype. So
we have no idea.
We have no
We'll be
idea.
all with coffee and having chai teas together or something. Who knows?
I think that the SEC is SEC.
yeah.
Okay. I think it's going to be a big fight.
Yeah. I think with that fight, Harvey's going to be too distracted because he's going to be worrying about another fight, which will make Jessica upset / make her need Jeff.
I like that.
So I'm thinking that.
I was thinking that too. You
know,
or he pulls it off and saves the day.
And she got to get a little emotional.
Yeah.
I was gonna say emotional, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. What you said. Okay. Let's not. Okay. All right. Tiona, yours.
I think that Mike is gonna hit his breaking point.
Yeah.
Eventually, maybe next episode, maybe the episode after that. But I think he's gonna hit a wall where, you know, because there's so many people coming after him and only him to go back out there, and he's living. I mean, I know she's not supposed to be the enemy at home, but he's living with the enemy, with part of the enemy too. So I think that he's gonna hit his breaking point and just like lash out on everybody and become like start really focusing, like running off of emotions instead of logic. And he might do some stuff to kind of put himself in the corner. But like him and Harvey always used to say when they worked together, you back me into a corner, I'm going to come out fighting even stronger.
Yeah,
so I think
That's a
that
good prediction.
So I think that Mike has to be backed into that corner to really get the grizzly bear inside him out and to come out on a rampage.
I hope he doesn't take it out on Rachel too much, but I can see that happening.
And I
too.
see their relationship really getting tense and maybe faltering for a little bit or something. I see their relationship kind of
That's a good
on
point.
the edge there.
I like
scary.
that. That's a good prediction. Go
Thank
on,
you.
Tiona.
I just
Look at
said
us
predicting.
Look at us
I just-
predicting.
I know, right?
Yeah, sometimes I'm smart. Well, and make sure you guys let us know what you think is going to happen and where can they find you on social media.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at OneTakeStace. Definitely tweet me throughout the week because I will be looking up every Suits thing until, when we come back.
Right, exactly. You can find me, Ashida Onrae, ASHIDAONRAE, on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Tiona Hobson. And make sure you follow AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV. And I'm really sad that we won't see you guys next week, but have a very happy and safe 4th of July. Oh, thanks, Stephen. Have a safe 4th of July, and we'll see you guys the following week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the
you guys
host
stay
only,
right
do
here.
not
I really
necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Just don't.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.